Sandy Shocks EX with Arcanine actually got a top 4 placement in a 100+ player tournament. And you haters out there said this deck isn't good. Get over it, mate. Come on, nonsense. So how about we take a look at that list? Piloted by Steven Ambaticum, and I don't know if that's actually your actual surname because I know that's a bit of a meme, so we're just going to roll with it. They took Sandy Shocks EX with Arcanine V to the top 4. And there are quite a few differences to my original list. They have 2 Zapdos in here, 3 Arcanine V, which is one thing I thought my deck needed, so that's definitely good to see. And instead of a 4 count of Professor Sada's Vitality, they actually only have 2. This is more of an Arcanine deck than Sandy Shocks. Sandy Shocks just exists to make it last longer, something that your girlfriend wishes you could do. Regardless of one's underperformance in the bedroom, let's go into some games and try this list out. Before we begin, if you're looking to buy PTCGL codes, then check out PTCGL's store using the code FTW for 5% off. And to sell or buy bulk Pokemon cards, then check out TCG Bulk. All sponsors are linked in the description down below. Now, with that said, let's get going. Now, isn't this quite the unfortunate start? Having a Sada's Vitality here with a Squawk. Yeah, it's not the best. Yeah, but it is what it is, right? We're gonna have to run with it, and whatever the deck gives us is what the deck gives us. Right. Oh, we hit the pickaxe star. Take that. I could also go for a retreat on the Squawk. No, I'm going to attach to the Arcanine because I need to get as much damage as possible going into that play. Right. Oh, God. Okay. Wow. Just give me all the stuff, eh? All the stuff that I don't need. I'll go for a Star Alchemy here, and I'll go for a Battle VIP Pass, which will allow me to at least get myself a Koraidon. And God, yeah, I'm gonna get a Sandy Shock because this could go down and we don't really want that. So I'm gonna get as much as we can out of all these energy that we have about. That said, I have no energy discard power. It's fine. It's fine, don't worry. They get a battled PIP Vase of their own, or a battled PIV pass. I guess it's more a way of saying it. They get themselves a Squawk and a Greninja, and they get more Pekko with that heavy ball from the prizes. They're gonna bench the more Pekko and go for an Earthen Vessel. Get rid of a Darkness Energies, get 2 more, just like that. Then a Concealed Card's coming. Yep, there you go. Right. There's 2 Darkness Energy discard power now. They need still quite a bit, right? I'm assuming this is the Switch build. That's the more popular build nowadays. There you go. That says it. The water energy. So it's going to be a lot easier for them to actually charge up this active moon compared to any other Moon EX deck. Let's see if they get the Vitality, though. They do. Of course they do. Now they need an energy to attach and a switch. Dark Pact switch. They need a few things here and there, but it actually is possible still. There's an Nest Ball. Bringing the Mew out. They're really going to start digging by the looks of it as they go for an energy switch. There you go. Onto the Roaring Moon there in the active and a Darkness Energy. Now, they find a stadium. There you go. They can Calamity Storm without having to get KO'd. God, they are POPing off, mate. It's ridiculous. Cross Switch are coming as well? No way, bro. Are you kidding me? Every possible good outcome for this Roaring Moon has just happened. This is peak Roaring Moon happening in front of us. What can I do, man? I can't do anything. I played my turn the best way I could. They just dominated on that second turn. It's actually disgusting. It was just crazy. They could even go further if they got better pulls. That's wild, bro. Frenzied Gouging, taking out the Arcanine before it could even do anything. It couldn't even attack. Oh, God. And because we started 2 Sada's Vitalities, we're done. This deck only plays 2. I can't find the Sada's Vitality, charge up the Shock, and then get a KO here. I can't do that now. That's the crazy thing, right? That's the issue that I've noticed. But hey, listen, it is what it is. This is just literally an unfortunate situation. There's nothing else you can do about it. I could, in this case, go for a Motivate, which feels really bad, but I'll go for a Magnetic Absorption. I know I'm doing that, right? I'm also going to use the PokéStop because it actually does have some benefits for us, and we just get rid of everything. Lovely. But a Motivate is literally my best possible option. What can I do? I'm going to go for a Lost Vacuum and get rid of the PokéStop because of the fact that they are going to get more use more use than me out of it for sure. It's going to go for a Motivate for 20. That's not what you want to see. What an unfortunate start for us. But we can at least get a Sandy. Oh, actually, can I take that back? No, I can't. Lovely. Sandy Shock charged up. Maybe I should have done the Koraidon because the Sandy Shock can get itself going next turn. But oh well. Yeah, I should have done Koraidon because then I get a KO on this moon. Seems like it's not going to matter as they boss up the Koraidon. They go for an energy on the active moon and heavy ball coming in, failing it this time, and they pass. Please give me something off of this. It's a research. I will bloody take it, all right? Let me have my research. Right. we can still do some dirt here. Let's go for research, see if we get a switching cart. That's what we wanted. Also, really like the idea of, I think getting rid of Penny. Yeah, Penny doesn't matter. The Squawkabilly, it really doesn't matter. I think everything's going down anyway, so it is what it is. I would love to get an Outstone Arcanine here, and we do. Oh, okay. See, now we're starting to talk a little bit. Right, let's go for a Gutsy Pickaxe. We hit an energy there, and we'll throw that onto the Arcanine. Go for a magnetic absorption, and then we'll switch into the Arcanine. Now, thankfully, we need to do exactly 210 damage, so we can bring 2 energy off of this and 1 off the Squawk. And that's going to be enough to actually take a KO. And I'm going to go for an Earthen Vessel just to thin out my deck. Oh, well, okay. That's good news. And I'm just going to go for a Rockabilly. I think we actually have a chance here because they can't want to KO me, right? With a Calamity Storm, they have to Frenzy Gouging. Doing so would KO themselves, leaving us in the driver's seat to potentially take game. So they have to charge up another Moon this turn, which honestly isn't unlikely. They've got PokéStop, you know, Dark Patches. Not even one has been used, so it's not unlikely. That's a worrisome thing. There is that Moon coming in. There's the Dark Patch, getting 1 energy onto it, and another one. There you go. Getting another energy onto it, and a restart's clearly looking for something here. An energy, anything. PAL pads, that's telling. I'm expecting in their excitement, they would instead go for a straight energy attach or Dark Patch. We haven't seen that yet. They're recovering 2 bosses. Ooh. I forgot about PokéStop. There's the Dark Patch. Oh, God. They should have PokéStop them before playing Power Pad. No, because the Power Pad increases the odds of it not hitting. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. This popping off. What can I say? But they're retreating before doing that? They're going to Frenzied Gouging me? What the hell? Have they really put us in a sudden death situation like that? Well, sudden death technically, right? But I'm a bit confused. I also think I've just won. Why didn't they had Dark Patch? Did they not have the energy? No, they didn't have the energy to Dark Patch. Let's go. Right, I'm going to promote the Sandy Shock because we can retreat that if we need to. But I actually think we have game. Oh, no. See, they're going to promote the Morpeko. Oh, God. This gives me an idea. I think what I'm going to do then is get rid of a... What's my hand? My deck. Okay, I'm going to get rid of a Research, actually, and a Gutsy Pickaxe. And we can attack with Baby Zapdos. We ain't got to stress, bro. You bring a single prizer, I'm bringing a single prizer, all right? And we do just straight KO it, so that's cool. And we don't have to discard the energy. So that's helping a ton because I can come up with this bad boy just like so. Judge them to decrease the odds of boss. That's what I'm worried about. Boss, that said, does it actually increase their odds? No, because a random draw out of that actually is probably, yeah, I think it would be fine. That said, I can see it coming. I can see it happening. I can see it happening. I know they may get a boss out of this, but hey ho. Let's just go for a magnetic absorption. Next turn, I'm going to need to simply just get a KO. If they don't boss me here, and that will be game. So let's see what my opponent pulls through here. I think, oh, boss as well. Right, well, it's we win next turn or they win this turn. It is now the do or die. There's an Earthen Vessel. Getting rid of a PokéStop to get that's 1 energy that they need. Bro, my brain just farted there. What was that? There's an energy that they attached there, assuming the one that they got. Rod. Best they can recover is Moons or Morpekos, but even then, like, yeah, what can they do? There's a restart for 1. Again, no, they had to Rod to restart, didn't they? They do actually get the Morpeko down, funny enough. But even then, that is not enough. Ooh, cross switcher off of that PokéStop. No shot. They pull off a cross switcher. Sada's Vitality. Gonna draw 3. Have they used? I think they've used 1 cross switcher set already. So they need. Oh my God, they got the cross switcher. How dare they clutch like that? Oh, that sucks. That is what it is, unfortunately. A shameful loss, but one that was very winnable. All right, we are playing against the Entei Valiant. A very, very proven deck now after kind of surfacing out of nowhere a little bit shortly after Paradox Rift and then just blowing up, getting 2nd place in LAIC. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. Who would have thought, huh? Who would have thought these two? A Valiant and an Entei. God, this format is wild. Right, our hand is disgusting. Our only 2 vessels available are here. Bro, the opening hands I've been getting in this deck have actually been kind of bad. I can't lie. Not in a sense that it's been unplayable, but in a sense that it's like opening cards you don't want to see as much, right? You want to have Earthen Vessel at some other point, right? But, right, I think I just go for 2 Arcanine here. Or I could also go for Koraidon. Yeah, in case things go a bit south, I'll go for Koraidon. Let's throw an energy onto the... Oh, do I go for the Squawk? I could Squawk and Motivate instead of Koraidon, which would actually put damage into play. But there is also a world where I can actually get an Arcanine attack this turn. So we won't give up on that just yet. I'm going to Earthen again and just really thin out. Like, just try my best to find playable cards here. Let's squawk and seize and see what we get. Oh, a penny. At least a penny's fine, I guess. I'll get myself a Sandy Shocks and another Arcanine out. Now, that penny is going to allow me to pick up this squawk, so I like that. I'll have to bring up this Arcanine being the strongest one available, and I'm simply going to go for a Dino Cry. Yeah, I think I go for a Dino Cry, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to split the energy like so. So if anything does get KO'd, we don't lose as much. So I think that's our best bet. There's a future boost energy coming on the Valiant and a vacuum coming in. They're going to get rid of that charm, I would expect. Yeah, there goes that charm on the Arcanine and a research, getting rid of a turbo. Here's the thing, with the damage that Entei does, can they get it down enough? 2 Valiants is 40. That would get to a max hit of 220 if they fill out their bench. So they need to get 60 damage on this Arcanine if they want to take it out this turn, and they need to get one more bench spot filled. So they've got a bit of work cut out for them. It's not impossible. Obviously, we know Valiant's really good at just switching and doing loads of nonsense. So they need at least 3 switch cards here, if I'm correct. Or 2 switch cards and a jet. But no, seems like they're pinging onto the Sandy Shock. That's very interesting. Okay, there's another switch. So they, wait, do they not have an energy? That's got to be the problem, right? Because there's no way they just miss out on an Hisuian Arcanine KO for the sake of effectively doing nothing. They do have the jet. Why? That was 60 damage. Oh, no, they didn't have the bench Pokemon. Okay. All right, that's fair. But then they PokéStop and I don't know. I don't know if they made the right call there. That said, this Arcanine is going down next turn. So, yeah, did they make the right call? Probably. The unfortunate reality, though, is I'm not hitting enough. Let's go for a PokéStop. I need to get some... Okay. My best bet here is a troublesome one, but it's to just boss and swing. That's all I've got. All right, let's go for an irresistible force here. I'm going to have to just boss and swing. That's my best bet. Getting rid of a... Oh, do I bring up Entei, I think? I think I bring up Entei, don't I? Entei lets them draw a card, but it also reduces the effect of Magma Basin. So it means they can't Magma Basin. Oh, wait, I have a V-Star power. What the hell am I doing? Oh, I'm such a fraud. I think I attached this turn as well, didn't I? So I can't... Well, that's annoying, isn't it? I've literally just misplayed. All right, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to vacuum, not the PokéStop. I'm going to vacuum the Forest Seal Stone. Then I'm just going to go for a... God, I can't get any other energy into play. I can go for a Gutsy Pickaxe, but I'd say Gutsy play. I think that's stupid to Forest Seal Stone for that. Let's just take the swing. That was a misplay. I completely forgot I had my V-Star power available this whole time. But at least, even with a fleet-footed here, that Entei V is going to be... There's a Koraidon. Oh, great. Entei V is going to be very hard for them to accelerate to, at least until they get a Charm of sorts. I don't know if this deck plays. Does it play Charm? I don't know, but they got rid of a Turbo. So that's 2 Turbo gone. That's good. There's Charizard. PokéStop, getting a VIP and a Techno, but that's it. Losing a Research. They played a Techno Radar, clearly just thinning out. They may not actually have an out here. No, they do. There's the switch. They're going to ping that Sandy Shocks. They really are trying to thin this bad boy down. Ah, okay. Escape rope actually kind of helps. Sure thing. There's an Entei V coming up. They are going to get a Magma Basin out, but they, of course, cannot Magma Basin to this Entei. They can do it to the Charizard, though. So there's that at least. But they're going to attach to the Charizard anyway. Alrighty. I'm assuming they did that just to kind of get rid of any extra odds for me. But I have my V-Star power. I think I'm just going to simply Star Alchemy for a research. It's a case we made here that I played this switch cart, but actually doesn't make any difference. Okay, let's just research. Yeah, still not the best stuff, is it, really? I'll get another Sandy Shocks out, because that's when we're going to start accelerating like wildfire. Yeah, okay, all right. Let's just Irresistible Force here and just eat up this energy. And I do have the KO, so that's good. Like so. And the next turn, we can pretty much pop off quite well on top of that. Now, they probably are going to Radiant Charizard me next turn, but that is what it is, right? It's what we have to deal with when it comes to this matchup. So let's see what we can do from there. There is a fleet-footed after promoting Entei. Another Entei on the bench. And they've thrown energy onto it. They're going to Escape Rope. The one card I can lose is Koraidon, to be fair. So that's fine. I am worried about the Tachyon Bits, though. This is not far off from just being KO'd. Maybe I should have switched card just for that situation. Yeah, starting to look like that, huh? There's a research. Oh, God, yeah. They're going to KO my Arcanine. At least they can't go for a Yoga Loop. There's that at least, huh? An Escape Rope again. Ooh. In that case, it's actually better I give them Arcanine. The reason why is like, okay, if they take a KO, they take a KO, right? I'm not going to give them a Sandy Shock, right? Because that Sandy Shock... Oh, yeah, they get the Tachyon Bits anyway. Well, in that case, I have to give them the Sandy Shock, don't I? I mean, they've only got so many switch cards, right? They've paid 3 Escape Rope, 2 Switch, and 1 Switch card. I know they still have a decent amount of switches available, but do they have a way to actually get a KO this turn? A swing. There's another Techno Radar after a Magma Basin. I'm now thinking they may not have a way to retreat this Valiant just yet. No, they do. There's a Switch Cart. So they're going to be able to come in and swing me for, what is it, 180? And that Switch Cart becomes just that much more valuable. All right. We have big shoes to fill here. Let's go for... I have a feeling 2 research going is actually okay here. Ah, God. Okay, we've prized our other Arcanine. That sucks. Well, in that case, guess I'll just get you for thinning. I could also get a Lumineon if I need to. All right, I'll get Lumineon in that case. Gonna go for a Sada's Vitality. We know that. And we do have enough to KO Entei here, which is good news. Let's go for a Gutsy Pickaxe. There's one other one. Let's go for a Gutsy Pickaxe. We hit it. Okay, there's a Koraidon. Attachment. I have a feeling that I'm just gonna have to swing in with this Arcanine, which I'm actually okay with. The Switch Cart could be the deal breaker here. It could be the thing that wins us the game, of all things. That said, do I actually come in with these Sandy Shocks? Because the Arcanine is easier to KO anyway. No, the Sandy Shocks isn't getting a KO, is it? I have to come up with the Arcanine, with that Switch Cart. And we just have to hope the Switch Cart just ruins that damage change for them. They have to put 6 damage counters down. Now it's 7. That could be a literally game changer. So I think that's a good move. Is PokéStop a good call here? But they're going to Charizard me next turn, aren't they? And I think what they want to do is they want to get a Charizard KO plus somehow Tachyon bits their way through. So PokéStop's going to help them. So we don't want that. So I think now we just come in with Irresistible Force, take the KO. 1, 2, and I think that's the best situation. Yeah, take the KO, and if they don't get it, I think we win. That said, yeah, we do win, I think, because we do have the Gust KO in hand. That said, what's your HP on Arcanine? Okay, Arcanine, they can't KO with just Tachyon. They need to take 4 prizes this turn. Can they do it? Yoga Loop could do something, but they did get rid of their 2 turbos early on, so I know a Yoga Loop play isn't on the table. Either way, they're going to start using their Tachyon, 1 onto that Sandy Shocks, and they retreat to another Valiant. They need 1 more Valiant. Is it available? Oh, it's in the discard pile. I just noticed. I don't think there's any other way for them to get damage counters on me here. So I think we may have just won by 10 damage. Listen, I'm not going to call... Listen, it's too soon. All right, it's too soon. Let's just let them play out their turn. But I think we may have won by 10 damage difference. That's insane. An energy on the Entei and a Switch Cart into the Charizard. And they could bust your blast. Oh my God. By the skin of our teeth, we were able to just about get there with some awkward hands, awkward plays. They think they've got it. They're giving me the thumbs up. Little do they know that your boy has the boss in hand. See you later, mate. Get out of here. None of this nonsense. Think you can play a meta deck and get away with it. Seems like we've got a rematch up against that Roaring Moon. We lost to the one before. Let's see if we can get a victory this time around. I'm deciding to go second with this deck. I just feel better going second. Like being able to just pull off early Arcanines, get some early KOs is quite nice. And it's not impossible with this deck. So I think this deck likes going second, all things considered. That said, they are just going to leave a more Pekka in the active. So it doesn't matter too much in terms of price trade. However, I do have 2 energy in hand. I could just get myself a Zapdos out. And if I do get some good cards here and just go for it there. In fact, I can Lumineon for an Arven. It's a bit greedy going for Lumineon, but we're playing Roaring Moon. They OHKO anything. So having Lumineon isn't that much of a liability in this match, at least in my for my impression. Regardless, they get a tricky Earthen Vessel off, and they're going to go for a Squawk and Seize. And this is why I want to go second, because this deck kind of operates in a Roaring Moonish way. So like just trying to charge up quickly, take big KOs very early, and just be rapid, right? And then you have the Sandy Shocks now for that long game potential, where you bring it out as soon as the KOs happens, and it can recover energy for you to keep using your Arcanines. That's the strength of the Sandy Shocks, right? I went full send on it in my own video, but this one's really using it a bit more intelligently. This one's like, okay, Sandy Shocks isn't the idea, isn't the core of it, but is a very strong element once you get KO'd. That's a really good thing, because yeah, after Arcanine goes down, it gets difficult, and Sandy Shocks just brings it back, which is amazing. And that's something that Roaring Moon struggles with, right? It struggles to actually keep going, right? It fizzles out a little bit, which is one thing I think that's holding it back. I think it just fizzles out too much. Whereas PAL, being a basic attacker and a heavy-hitting basic attacker, basically a one-hit KO'er, although requiring stage 2, it doesn't have that issue, right? So you can see how PAL is better. Entei doesn't have that issue of fizzling out because it's just a low-maintenance attacker. Koraidon, again, it's just got so much speed behind it, massive setup potential. You got the electric generators. The Flaffies, of course, without a Flaffy, it fizzles out. With a Flaffy, it stays. Moon doesn't have something like that to stop it from fizzling out. That's my take, and that's what I think. Looking at how the format's shaped right now, that's why I think it does struggle nowadays. At least That's my opinion. I don't know. Just a bit of insight. Let's Lumineon. And we do have that Arven. What was my play here? I was going to Zapdos, wasn't I? Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a Zapdos, which is arguably weird, but okay. So like an Arven here, get a Forest Seal Stone and a Vessel. And the Vessel will actually allow me to get the energy I need for that Zapdos. So I think first I'm going to play the Pickaxe, because if I get an energy, I don't. Okay, that's fine. Then I'm going to Earthen Vessel and get 2 energy here. I will play the Forest Seal Stone and get myself, with that Star Alchemy, a Zapdos, just like so. This way I can come up with a single prize attacker that isn't going to get demolished by Moon right away, right? I think the Zapdos in this matchup is quite good, and we'll throw an energy there. Gonna go for a Switch Cart, and then I think we just squawk and seize. There we go. So one change I actually made to this list, I'm sticking to the original list, right? I do like this list, but one change I did make in my own personal time when looking at this deck is I actually cut out an energy for 1 more Sada's Vitality. I find it too much, and you'll notice in this video, there's too many times where we lose Sada's Vitality and we need it in the late game to like ramp up damage. I think it's too important of a card to miss out on. Right, let's VIP pass here anyway. Actually, no, I'll throw an Arcanine down, and I'll VIP for, I'll get 1 shock. Yeah, one shock is fine. Let's go for a Gutsy Pickaxe. Okay, that's actually not that bad. I'm gonna go for another one. There's another VIP pass. I'm gonna burn it. I don't want it in my hand. That said, it really doesn't matter, does it? But should I get Sandy Shocks another one in, or no? I think this Zapdos is gonna be more important to get an attack off next turn. So from there, I think I just go for a Zapper Kick, and I won't discard the energy. That way we get a Mopeko gone. It's out there. See you later. And we don't have to worry about getting just them taking 2 prize cards. It's funny, this Arcanine deck actually is almost like the fighting version of Roaring Moon, right? It has a lower HP, free retreat Pokemon for pivot, and funnily enough, it's not actually there for pivot. It acts as pivot, but it's actually there for its strongest charge. But strong legs charge. Sorry, strongless. That's not a word. Anyway, I just see the parallels, right? Mopekos like the Zapdos and the Moons like the Arcanine. It's interesting. Right, there's the Mew. Don't be the Mew version. Oh god, this might be the Mew version of Moon. Have you seen that? By the way, I'm curious if anyone's played that deck. There's this weird deck that's popping up on Limitless and actually doing very, very well. I don't think we saw it in LEIC, but it was a Roaring Moon deck that played 4 Mew EX. I'm ultra curious as to what that's about. I'm assuming it's like turbo. It's like trying to massively draw its hand down and Mew, 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 draw, draw, draw. I think that's what it's trying to do. I don't know. Either way, this is somewhat worrisome because I haven't actually planned the way to go further here. Zapdos for 1 feels really bad, but I'm going to have to do it. This doesn't feel good, you know. I might have to lose this Arcanine, bro. I might have to lose the Arcanine. That said, Sandy Shocks actually is better here, no? Because if the Arcanine goes down, that's easier to charge up. Let's just go for a Pickaxe anyway. We hit it. Okay. I think I might get another Zapdos going eventually. It's a shame I can't retreat this Arcanine, though. So I'm actually just going to attach to the Zapdos and then pass. Because the Sandy Shocks activates if they gust the Zapdos, giving me a better chance. And if they have to KO this Arcanine, it has to be done with a Frenzied Gouging, meaning I could just come up with the Zapdos and KO that Roaring Moon. And we have the Vacuum as well. So, no, there's a boss. All right, they are going to boss the Zapdos, which is correct. I now, however, need to find a Professor Sada. You see what I'm saying? This is why I play free in my version, okay? Because sometimes you just need it, right? You have to get it. There's just no way around it. Do I just give them an Arcanine then? I think I do give them an Arcanine because, again, they have to Frenzy Gouging if they want to KO it. And if I, yeah, see, that's what I was thinking because I thought, right, if I do get my Sada's Vitality, then great, I can attack with the Arcanine. If not, having a Sandy Shocks in the active is bad. So, yeah, I think the correct move is to have the Arcanine. We're just going to do some absorptions here. Let's get 1 onto you and 1 onto you. And then a Judge seems about right now, just like so. We're going to throw a Bravery Charm on the Shock so they can't just go for a Calamity Storm onto it. I'm going to put my Koraidon down and then just Judge. I think that's the best move. God, I am worried, though, because I think they just win after this, don't they? Ah, that is concerning. How am I going to win here? Oh, God. I think we just got too many turns where we just whiffed the energy, right? I think that's what's going on. Yeah, I have a feeling we're in trouble here because they've still got 2 moons out, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what do? I've got an idea. I have an idea. They're going to Frenzy Gouging. Right, here's my idea. I think I just boss up the other moon. That way it prevents them from using Frenzy Gouging onto me, right? It kind of forces them to have to go for Calamity Storm onto a Pokemon with 270 HP. Yes, that can turn the tide. That can be the deal breaker. Let's go for another Vessel as I, charge up here. I might have to pivot a decent amount this game to stay alive. So let's go for a absorption there. There's no harm in another absorption here. It's just more energy for Arcanine if we do find it. Now, the issue is with bossing here, they have a bigger hand. A Judge would have been great because now I'm worried that they have a Vacuum. Does Moon play Vacuum? I'm not sure. Either way, we're going to go for an Earthen Spike here. And now they simply cannot Frenzied Gouging. Oh, no, they do. They just loot. What am I doing, bro? What am I doing? What am I doing? They just Frenzied Gouging, self-KO. They still take 2 prizes and win. What am I doing? I'm so doomed. They have a boss. Oh, they're going to Calamity Stormed anyway. Yeah, that was rough, man. That was rough. But hey, it is what it is. As I suggested just a second ago there, Professor Sada's Vitality. Just get another one in, please. Just cut out an energy, cut out something. Just get one in, because there is a turn, always a turn where you need one, and it's just not there. I think you need to have at least 3. That's my take. We're going to leave it there. A pretty cool deck nonetheless. Huge shout out to Steven for building it. It did obviously well, so it's a good deck nonetheless. And it's great to see it actually performing in some online tournaments. That's really cool. But with all that said, do take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.